Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to StudTech, where we take modded building to the extreme. And we're here in Scar Fort, working on our Fort Commander's house. And in today's episode, we work on a beautiful library with all sorts of immersive details. So let's get this episode underway. Alright, and welcome back to Scar Fort here in the frontiers of StudTech. And we have done quite a bit of work around the outside of the fort walls. So let's take a quick peek at that. So as you know, we've done a lot of work in the very front here, kind of getting it all kind of themed and having all the tree trunks, as you can see, scattered about. And let's take a quick look at those. As you can see, these are some of my favorite things of the build, and I think those came out pretty nice. But back here, as you know, we have a ton of more work to do here, like get Scar's temporary crafting center out of the way and my statue garden. But I've been working on the fort walls. So as you can see, I put some plant life on it. I think that really kind of gives this area a whole new feel. And as you can see, these little trunks along there. The only thing we need to work on more is the kind of lighting and maybe a couple more details. I worked on this side of the fort right here, as you can see, with the different varieties of colors of the woods, and you know, the little foundations I think look nice. And yeah, I feel like it's starting to come together, and it's kind of exciting to finally get all the fort walls complete. So yeah, let me know what you think of the fort walls, if there's any other improvements you could think of that might make it look a little nicer. And yeah, it's kind of exciting to finally get all the walls done. It took 2 days, but yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it getting all these immersive little details built into here, and it's kind of exciting. So next phase we need to work on, the interior. So the interior area is still pretty blank, still pretty boring, so it needs some more sprucing up. But let's head inside. And is this just me? Or is that Bob, the building creeper inspector himself? No, just a statue. So let's head inside here. And as you know, we've been working super hard on getting all of our details together for the interior here, all looking super snazzy, of course. And yeah, it's pretty exciting to see this all kind of come together finally. And let's sneak in here. And as you can see, this, of course, is our master bedroom, all set up and ready to go with all sorts of little details and fun things throughout the room. And of course, over here will be a bathroom eventually. But we're going to work on a library, and we have this little tiny room right here. And I feel like a library just would be perfect for this room. It's got 2 entrances, so it's kind of awkward in that way. But oh, the new trees along here look really cool. Wow, it does kind of give you that forest feel. That's what I've been doing, is planting quite a few new trees, and kind of paid off. But anyway, we have plenty of work to do inside of our little abode here. So let's get started. First thing I want to do, I just want to lay down a carpet. Just a simple, fun little carpet. So let's get that going. So we'll just switch that out. There we go. Looking good, looking good. So, my friends, where do we want to start? Let's just start right here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start kind of carving out our floor, kind of getting that all situated and ready to go. Now, in this little spot right here where we're passing, we are going to apply a fireplace. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Of course, we have multiple fireplace chimneys on the outside of the house, so it's only natural that we add as many fireplaces in the interior to make that actually make sense. There we go, looking good, sweet. Okay, so we've got a lot of backpacks because I've got a lot of supplies in here. So first thing I've noticed is with micro blocks, you can't cut the chisel tube blocks. They just show like a purple checkered spots on them, so we can't do those. So sad Scarface. So yeah, that made me sad. But anyway, we will overcome that, and we will do something a little different then. We'll just use our plain bookshelves. All right, so first thing we're going to do here is we're just going to start to add some on the sides of the walls. There we go. And we might be able to come up with something maybe to add some of those chisel bookcases. Maybe you guys got a super awesome idea to help me with that. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to get these all kind of lined up and ready to go. So we're going to put those over here. And then, of course, we're going to run these up here. Now, as you can see, we are stopping at the wall at 3 blocks high because, of course, that's going to be that cool pattern that we've done on the outside out here. So we'll do that as we move along a bit. Okay, there we go, looking good. Okay, let's do it on this side. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this design. I think it, when you guys see how much detail will be packed in this little room at the end of the video, I think you guys will love it. One thing that I'm probably most excited for in the design is the actual light. It looks like something that is a very old-fashioned light. Something, you know, people when they decorate houses in today's time would spend quite a bit of money for, like at like a restoration hardware type store. So I think you guys will like it quite a bit. I think we'll take some of that, and I think that would be good for now. All right, so what we're gonna do now is just kind of give this a little bit of detail. You might be seeing that there is a missing block right here. We'll just get some extra detail blocks there eventually. But for now, why are you not cooperating with me? Why are you not cooperating with me? This one, oh, there it goes. Nice, there we go. Okay, sweet. And as you can see, that's kind of the basic pattern that we're working with. There we go. And let's see, let's get that down to about there and down to about there. Awesome. So what kind of themed builds do you guys work on right now? So of course, this is a themed build towards the kind of a Wild West theme. What other theme builds are you guys working on? Anything in your worlds, a medieval theme, a sci-fi theme, a modern city, or something along those lines? Let me know. I want to know what you guys are working on right now. There we go. And yeah, I'm pretty confident with that. I think that'll look good. Yeah, I want to do more theme builds. And that's a big reason I think Kingdom Craft is going to be so awesome is, you know, I haven't quite actually started on the server yet, but I'm getting ready to. And I think doing some of these theme builds on the server is going to be amazing. And I'm pretty darn excited about it because theme builds at this particular design we've been working with is so much fun that I want to do more of them. There we go. Put those along there and there. So, as you can see, things are starting to come together and starting to look nice. There we go. And then let's just jump up here. And I just kind of want to get a jump start on this. And right off the bat, I realized I think I'm actually going to bring this all the way up to the top like so. And I'm going to cut you out. It's starting to get a little dark in here, so excuse that, my friends. Excuse that. We'll take care of that eventually. There we go. And as you can see, we're just going to start to bring these designs across here. This interior section, we'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to leave it as it is for now. And then we will come back to it and address it in a little bit. So we're just going to kind of finish up this design going across here. There we go. Put these blocks like that. There we go. So we can do a nice door entrance. So of course we'll do our door going up like this. There we go. So as you can see, look at the amount of detail we're slowly but surely filling into this room. It's kind of cool. All right, so give me 1 second. Let me get my materials for a fireplace and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back, and let's head back inside. And as you can see, I decided to bring the bookshelf all the way up to the ceiling and apply that little block right there. So let's do that on the side over here. And let me jump up here and apply that last block there and then put that in there and look at how beautiful that looks. Haha, that looks pretty cool. Okay, let me just grab this real quick, and I want to bring this all the way up to here. There we go, and I want to cut out this block right there. Oh, we broke our glass, but I'm pretty sure that is a block that doesn't actually, yes, there it is. Look, it's hiding back there. Come here, come back to Scar. There we go. We'll fix that up in a little bit. We'll get that all fixed up, but we need to work on our fireplace. So that's what we're gonna work on now. And fireplaces, super fun, but also can be a bit of a challenge. So that's what we're going to kind of work on now. So first thing we're going to do here is find some spot to get started with. And I'm feeling like what I want to do here is apply something like this going upwards. So I'm going to take out this section, as you can see. Okay, so it'll be kind of like a little bit of compromise. So we're going to kind of break open this section right here, cut that all out of there, and place that right there. Okay, so that's kind of a basic start to it. So what we could do now is kind of apply some of the, oh my gosh, I love these blocks. They're just absolutely amazing, the micro blocks. I wish I would have known about these long ago, my friends. There we go. Oh, hello. I like you a lot. And welcome to Scar Fort. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay, I want this to be over here-ish. Like, ideally, I would like it right along here. So get close to the screen, as you can see, right there. But it doesn't appear to want to cooperate with Scar at this moment. But you know what? I think we can make it work. There we go. Do something like that. We'll just do a single wide thingamabob. I'm liking it so far. And place that back there. Looking good, looking good. I'm going to cut you out, okay? And I'm going to place a little bit of fire in here. This is Scar safe fire, by the way. So we don't have to worry about us burning down anything because this is Scar safe. Oh my gosh, how amazing is that? This little corner back here, what are your thoughts on putting maybe a little bit of stone in this corner back here? Oh, hello. I like that a lot. I told you, didn't I tell you at the beginning of this video, we're going to go detail crazy. And I feel like we're kind of accomplishing that. So let me jump over here and apply these back into our box. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Okay, let's see here. All right, we need to make some chairs because, you know, you got a library, you got a fireplace. Well, you don't want to be on the floor. Now, do we? No, we don't at all. All right, so I'm not sure exactly which backpack I like to hide my things in. Here they are. I'm going to grab some of those, and I'm going to grab a couple of you. And you guessed it, we're going to pull out our micro blocks once again, and we're going to make just a quick bit of furniture. Of course, dyslexic. Always do it opposite, because apparently that's the cool thing to do. There we go. Jump over here. I'm making way too many of these. This is why my chests are so disorganized everywhere. There we go. And then what we're going to do here is we're just going to place... We're going to place one about right here. I'm going to sneak on over here, do another one on that side, cut into the back here, and put one like so, and another one like that. And then we'll jump on the back here, and let's do something like this. Oh, hello. Nope, 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 not the big one. Not the big old milk chocolate block there. No, no, no. We want to do a nice skinny one. There we go. Looking good. I think I would have preferred to do the panel, not the wide planks. So if I change those, that's why. I think I might like the other ones just a little bit better. Also considering looking at this right now, taking a carpenter's block and doing it on the back so I could put a wood strip on the top. That's just a thought, just a thought. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. There we go. Okay, sweet. It's light time, my friends. It's time to light this place up the right way, and that is a pretty exciting little design I have planned. All right, I'm gonna take one of you, and I'm gonna take a couple of you. Never mind, I lied. There we go. And I'm just going to create, hold on, let me see if I can do what I want to do here. Oh, hello, you are what I wanted to do. There we go. And then I'm going to, I'm just gonna take all of those, and I'm gonna take one of those back. There we go. Put one of those back together, and then I want to make one wide plank if I can. Well, hold on. We'll just do it this way for now. Let's see. Put this right there, and then I'm going to sneak on down at the bottom here, as you can see. And the key is, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it the first time. There we go. Let's make sure I can do this the right way. Okay. Oh, perfect. It's working. Look at this light. This looks like an old-fashioned light you'd find in an old, like, downtown building in an old city, and it looks like something that they would charge you an ungodly amount of money for in some, like, restoration magazine. There we go. And I'm going to put this right here, and we're going to need a little tiny square to go in these little corners. But yeah, look at that. That's like amazing. This looks just like a light that I saw at TwitchCon that was in like the San Francisco Tribune or one of their newspapers there. Inside there you could see some super cool old-fashioned lighting, and this just reminds me of that. There we go. See, we're just putting those little squares just to even it up a little bit. There we go. So I was considering doing this the bigger, fatter column, but I think the skinnier one actually looks really nice. There we go. And this provides plenty of light for the room. And oh my gosh, look at it. It's like a thing of beauty. It's just a thing of beauty. There we go. Put that, let's see, put that right there. Awesome, wonderful. And then let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's make this thing look a little bit more fancy. And just to give this so it's not just kind of hanging up into the air without really any place, what we can do from here is apply these small little strips going like so, and this might actually make the room feel a little bit bigger by giving it a little bit more of some sight lines. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you take wood flooring in a house and you apply it in different directions, you can make the room feel smaller, you can make it feel wider, longer, by just applying these lines going in particular directions. There we go. So what I'm going to do is actually make these lines go vertical, like so, and this will give us a little bit more space, and I think that'll look kind of cool. So yeah, let me finish this up, and I'll see you in just 1 minute. All right, and welcome back. So just down here in my office doing some work on my typewriter. Isn't that typewriter amazing? Haha. All right, so let's head back up to our upper level here where we're building our super awesome library. We've got our light installed, we have our ceiling pattern in, and as you can see, there's those lines. Don't they look like they're kind of opening up the room, making it feel a little bit bigger? And of course, there's our super cool light, which is my personal favorite thing in the room so far. There we go. But we need to work on this little back section over here. So first thing we're going to do is add some more bookcases, of course. So we're just going to add some more bookcases back here. And let's see how we want to do this. Let's see here. Kind of giving me a little bit of trouble, aren't ya? So what I'm thinking about is some carpenter's blocks back here. I wasn't anticipating that. Let's see here. I thought they would connect, but apparently I'm a noob and they don't. So we'll fix that. We'll fix that. There we go. Put that along there. Beautiful, beautiful. And I don't think these will attach now because they are of the microblock variety. So let's take 16, or 32 of those. There we go, and create our little stack. There we go. And we'll just stick those along there. There we go, problem solved. There we go, that's how we do. We become an obstacle and we just plow right through it. We fix them like so. There we go, looking good. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take this and run this along the back here like that. And I'm gonna sneak on down here and oops, that's a scar mistake right there. And I believe that might be our #1 scar mistake of the day. There we go, put that right there. And hey, I kind of like that. Let's hold on to that for a little bit. And what I want to do is see if I can just add some little shelves along here. Just let me know what you think of that. Let me know. Let me grab out the thin ones. There we go. Let me grab out these little thin guys. And I'm just going to apply little edges to them. Oh, hello. Get back in there. There we go. And let's put those along there. And let me sneak a couple back here if that's possible. There we go. Looking good. And then another one right here. See these little tiny little details I think are definitely going to make a difference in the end once we wrap this all up and we're doing a tour and we're like, yeah, I'm glad we did the little extra detail there. I think that made that a little more special. I don't think we're actually going to be able to place anything on these shelves, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think that'll look pretty cool. So yeah, let me finish up making these shelves and then we'll do a little tour. All right, and welcome back. So let's do a tour of our now complete library of the Fort Commander's house here. So let's head in the front door and head right up the stairs here. As we cross the threshold, we can take a look at all the cool rooms and then we head upstairs. And I've also been considering doing those little strips across the ceiling, and I think that's something I meant to do but completely forgot. But yeah, so here is the room all set up and ready to go. We've got our fireplace, we have our carpet, our chairs looking super fancy, we have our bookcases all ready to go, and these bookcases we might be able to do in some of those chisel blocked bookcases because these are carpenter's blocks, not micro blocks like those ones, because we were unable to do micro blocks as a bookshelves because they just had these purple checker patterns. So there's another mod error like we had yesterday. But look at that. We've got some really, really cool little chandelier up there looking very fancy. We have scar safe fireplace, of course, and the fireplace is all set up and ready to go. But it's a really like calm and welcoming room. I almost feel like we might need a coffee table right here. So let me know if we should do a coffee table there. We definitely can. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the room. And look at this cool little entranceway out here onto the platform to kind of look over the fort and all of the StudTech frontier. And well, guys, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter.